My name is Nurfariza Azima. So I would like to tell about the introduction. Basically, China is an emerging economy which offers many foreign investment market opportunities. Also, the country has enormous economic growth potential with significant labor, cost savings, and access to the hot market. In order to reduce demand and dampen economic growth, China's central bank took care of the danger anticipated prices would decline further and delayed purchases. By increasing state control, resources prices and buying farmers' products to stabilize prices, the government has countered the risk. Cash reserve investment in the 586 billion economy makes long price decreases less likely. The integration of funds into the financial system can stimulate inflation as the Chinese economy rotates. Move to the other part, China and the political system that agrees with the CPC. People Congress system, multi-party cooperation, ethnic autonomy and autonomy. The core and basic framework of the China's political system is the primary level of society together. The multi-party cooperation system, as one of the China's fundamental political system, identifies the status and functions of CPC and the remaining 8 political parties and the relations between the political parties. The third is new product development, new buying mechanisms such as the intranet and extranet. New manufacturing technologies and new distribution mechanisms such as the internet are some of the most common technological factors. So move to the natural. The climate in the China is really complex. It has the world's biggest and the highest plateau as well as some of the world's highest mountains, two of the world's longest rivers, the Yangtze and Yellow rivers, several lakes, a long coastline, and a vast continental south. Last but not least, the culture and legal. A major concern in China is that of offering an acceptable quality of life for a society that is so vast and growing. Since 1978, the Chinese government has promoted a one-child family among Han in an effort to reduce the rate of population growth. About the couple married, argue to only have one child.
Hi, my name is Imran and I will explain about this part, which is it worthy to invest in China? China is one of the world's fastest developing emerging market. In a few years in future, China will possibly overtake the United States and become the world's largest economy. Even with a large number of population, the country growth isn't seem to be slowed down in any time soon. There are also a lot of benefit when it comes to investing in this country, which is it has a strong growth economy and it also rising global status. China is one of the largest country that has a strong economic growth. In a report, China have received a high single-digit economic growth over these past 2 decades and making it the world's fastest growing major economy. China is also has a significant amount of United States debt and is pointed to become the world's largest economy, giving it growth weight in global politics. Even that China has a great growth economy, their stock market is at another story. Shanghai Composite nearly 25% during 2015 and making it the worst performing market in the world. Even that the country is not a good place for stock market, it is still a good place to invest our product there since their economy are stable and they have a high population. China has long been one of the world's most powerful nations. However, civil strife, feminist, and military loss led it to stagnate in the late 19th and early 20th century. It wasn't until 1978, when Deng Xiaoping took office, that the country started its comeback by focusing on market-oriented economic growth. Nowadays, China economy is best recognized today for its industrial industry, which surpassed the United States as the world largest in 2010. Despite the fact that the communist country has many state-owned enterprises, its free market policies have encouraged a considerable volume of foreign investment. The world is now faced with the task of transitioning to more competitive consumer-driven economy. During 2019, the statistics of China's economy are include their gross domestic product, which is around $23.4 trillion. The GDP real growth rate is around 6.14%. Their GDP per capita is around $8.041, and their inflation rate is 2.8%. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you, and I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zu Salman. I will be talking about the findings on Hofstede Cultural Dimension on China. The first one being Power Distance Index. According to the Hofstede Cultural Dimension, China is at score at 80 in the power distance, where it belongs to the society that believe in equality among its people is acceptable. The distinction between ranks is obvious. Those who are in top ranking are powerful, and the lower level cannot undermine and question the superior's decision even if there were evidence of power abuse. Next, individualism versus collectivism. Due to China a highly collectivism culture, the interests of the group take top priority over an individual, so China receive a rank of 20. China people belong to in group which the group take care of them in exchange for their loyalty. Preferential treatment is high, especially within the in groups such as the family members, and it takes precedence over tasks and company. They will give cold shoulder treatment to the out groups even within the same organization. Next, masculinity versus femininity. China is at the 66 in this cultural dimension, which as which easily spell of its success oriented and driven. The importance are given to the competition, achievement and success throughout their lives. In order to be successful, the best in what they do, they will sacrifice family and the leisure priorities over work. Leisure time is an important factor in their life when it comes to their commitment to succeed. Next, uncertainty avoidance index. Chinese are adaptable and entrepreneurial, and they comfortable with the future uncertainty and unknown situation. So the score for this dimension stand at 30. The Chinese business tend to be small to medium sized and family owned. They are flexible in adhering to the laws and rules which suit to the actual situation and are pragmatic towards life. Next, Long-term orientation. China has a score of 87 in this dimension. It shows that they are more pragmatic society who believe that truth depends a lot of the situation, context and time. They can adapt the tradition to change condition, being thrifty and persevere to achieve the desired result. Last but not least, indulgence versus restraint. This cultural dimension is to see the extent to which people try to control their desires and impulses, whether one can control their urges to have something through restraint or uncontrolled to indulge their urges. China has a score of 24 in this dimension. That means they have the tendency to cynicism and pessimism as they are restrained society. The Chinese do not indulge in leisure time and practice of controlling their desire, as they are restrained by their cultural norms throughout their upbringing.
Hi, my name is Sakina Zaira. Today, I would like to explain about the obstacle that we're gonna face when we want to expand our business or our product to overseas or to another country, which is very different with our own country. Even if our own country, we will face some problem, right? So the first obstacle is talent acquisition. So what is talent acquisition? Talent acquisition refers to the process of identifying and acquiring skilled workers to meet your organizational needs. The talent acquisition team is responsible for identifying, acquiring, assessing, and hiring candidates to fill open positions within a company. Employer branding, future resource planning, diversifying a company labor force, and developing a robust candidate pipeline are the cornerstones of talent acquisition. So here what I'm trying to tell you is we might have some problem when we want to find someone who are really suitable with the position when we want to expand our business. The second point is employee management and training. So what we understand here is when we want to open a new branch, we also need to find a new worker, and find a new worker not easy as we think, because we need to find a worker that's suitable with that position. We need to find a worker who have been trained with that position, and also can train another worker, because company that have poorly managed employee or fail to provide true training can find a new location being isolated from the company culture or organizational values and goals. Third obstacle is about our packaging. Mostly it is about the label. Some of the country they provide multi or more languages for the direction of the product at their label. Last but not least is local competition. It's not easy to persuade a foreign customer to trust your brand when a similar product is made in their country. So we as a small and mid-sized companies need to work harder to convince the international market that our brand are trustworthy. The last obstacle that I can find is tax codes and compliance issues. Setting up a legal entity overseas entails learning different tax codes and understanding local business regulation. For example, in several countries, opening an office for longer than 6 months may require you to file local tax return before the due date. Otherwise, you may incur penalties. That's all from me. I will pass to my friends to explain about the strategies that we can use to face this obstacle. Thank you.
My name is Sonia Ridwan, and I will be talking about the strategies. Number 1, language and cultural barrier. To face the realities of the modern market, my business will need to change. Maybe I have to change my business practices to comply with legislation, or maybe I have to find a new niche market for one of my items. Whatever the case may be, I must ensure that I am truly adjusting to my new surroundings. It should be easier than the first time to expand into my second country, because I can apply the lessons I've learned the first time around without making the same mistakes. Second one is local competition. Finding the right partner and building partnerships with local businesses will be the strategy for overcoming local competition's obstacles. When you grow into new territories, you're bound to run into some new competitors. However, if you're intelligent, you can develop working relationships with foreign companies such as shipping, storage, and logistic firms, and also use them to help your company expand. These businesses may have several advantages due to their local knowledge and experience. The third one is tax codes and compliance issues. In order to come up with a plan for tax codes and implementation issues obstacles, my business needs to do due diligence to figure out tax, legals, and finance. Dealing with the taxation rules and tariffs of a new industry, as I previously said, can be challenging. However, it doesn't have to be an issue as long as my company takes a sensible and coherent approach and ensures that me or anyone from my company understands exactly what we're doing. The fourth one is packaging. For packaging, the strategy is to capture strategic value where packaging allows a marketing team to illustrate key product characteristics, qualifiers, and branding images. Describe the different tactics and goals a marketing team may use to capture value through successful packaging. Furthermore, packaging serves a range of strategic goals in a variety of fields, including legal, marketing, and organizational goals. Moreover, when designing a product's packaging, there are a number of useful marketing tactics and results to bear in mind. Last but not least is the fifth one, which is employee management and training. Improving efficiency, reducing costs, and delivering a great employee experience all requires effective employee management. To overcome this barrier, a company must manage employees. Employees who are isolated from the company culture or organizational values and goals may find themselves in a new location. Besides that, a company may start by looking at what consumers are thinking about our company and our competitors on social media platforms.
Next, I will be talking about our entry strategies. We are prepared to participate in the Malaysia Government International Trade Mission to gauge the responses to our product. These trade shows are being subsidized by the government, so they will not cost a lot to our budget. We will utilize the existing technologies by attending virtual events. We take these measures as to minimize our R&D costs within our setup. Through this platform, we hope to learn in depth regarding the target market and secure the demand by the China buyers for our product. We will conduct physical visitation once we have identified the suitable target markets to source for potential partners who would be our active distributor or agent in the country. We will work towards establishing bilateral contacts with the relevant chambers of commerce and government trade promotion agencies, such as the Trade Commissioner Services in China and Malaysia. All these activities are vital to prepare and draw the necessary marketing plan as we need to identify our target customer characteristics, their needs and trends. As can be seen in the cultural dimensions studies by Hofstede, we will incorporate these two into our plans. Learning in detail about the regulation and any specific requirement, especially regarding conducting business in China, will assist us in our venture too. Next, once we have established contact and good rapport with the potential customers at the trade shows, we will start exporting according to the buyer's predicted sales plan for the contractual period. We will communicate regularly through video conferencing, conduct regular meetings physically and virtually to solve any arising problems, while ensuring all quality and quantity checks have been taken place before any community left the Malaysian ports to avoid any complaints regarding our product on qualities, packaging, branding, and etc. This exercise is the first step in penetrating the market and the easiest one. Our operating costs will also be lesser as we will not have physical distribution center, no personnel as we are utilizing the distributor resources. However, we will enjoy lower margin as we understand that the buyer might impose a certain payment for their services to distribute, such as asking for lower price. Lastly, to leverage our profit intakes, we plan to string in legally an excellent local partner with proven track record who also has wide connection and networking. This person will be someone in the company who can converse, communicate and speak the local language. This is to assist in resolving problem and ease communication, especially to help to untangle the complexities of international business and to cover other markets as well due to huge size of China. Thank you.
So, move to the international business expansion. Doing business abroad offers great opportunities as long as we recognize and access potential barriers. Currency, exchange fluctuations, the protection of intellectual property rights, cultural differences in need and receptivity towards particular product and also services are continuously problematic. Internet has democratized a global economy with mobility. You know how the opportunity to communicate instantly with customer anywhere on earth and ship products more quickly and efficiently. With minimal capital investment, anybody with a new product or concept can potentially bring the product to the world market. The global economy has begun a new age with a skilled and not geographically based workforce. This means that by using cheap offshore clients, production and administration service, you can significantly reduce your costs. Now in any overseas business, the latest technologies for online communication, let's say like meetings, strengthen this dynamic by enabling you to manage your plug-in workforce and stay in contact with clients and also the partners. It is the same for small enterprises too.